Good morning and welcome to TryHard Reading Corner 24. Cannot believe I've made 24 of these. And I wonder if anybody's still watching. But I guess you could say today is like the TryHard Reading Corner's golden birthday. Would that make sense? Do you know what a golden birthday is? Okay, I will educate you. A golden birthday is when the day of the month and the age you are turning are the same, okay? So, for Miss Johnson, my birthday is August 16th. It's been the first day of school the past 2 years. August 16th. So that means my golden birthday would be my sweet 16 when I turned 16. That would be my golden birthday. Some of you had your golden birthday and probably didn't even know it because you were 2. But some of you got to wait till you're 30 to do it, you know. But like in a weird alternative world, I guess you could say today is TryHard Reading Corner's golden birthday because I'm 24. I don't know. All I'm saying is if I could get the resources to have like a glitter cannon or a confetti cannon, or like gold face paint, I would do it. I hope you know I would do it, but I don't, so I wore my auction shirt because that's summery and festive, but it's kind of crazy. I've been making all these and talking to myself for this often, and nobody's questioned me or stopped it yet, but whatever, that's cool. Artwork, I made these little peaches, and it says, "You're doing peachy," because it's punny and I love it. Yeah, I love it. Here's a fun idea. I just asked myself a great question. What were my favorite kid books growing up? I loved books. I really did when I was little. I had a grandma, whenever I visited her, even if it was for a weekend, if I was good, we could go to the library and get some books. And the fun part is too, I had the same, like I would just grab the same books each time. So some books I thoroughly enjoyed. The Seven Picky Eaters, the Seven Silly Picky Eaters. That one's good. It's a cooking book. Those are the best. I'm trying to think. Oh, I'm brain farting. Oh, there was some kind of like shark book, but it was like if the Three Little Pigs were Hawaiian. It might be in my imagination, but if not, I'm gonna write a really cool book. But that one was awesome. I don't even know what it's called. Tacky the Penguin was on there. Tacky the Penguin was the bomb. And then like once I got into school, I also had a couple of good favorites like Chicka Chicka Boom Boom. That one's awesome. And do you know those fairy tale books that like went wrong? So like the Stinky Cheese Man instead of the Gingerbread Man. Those are good. Do you guys know or remember the one where there's this guy with like this stack of hats and he's like trying to sell hats and then these monkeys keep stealing his hats and they're in a tree and he's like mad? I don't even know what you would call that, but that's good. But yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed books, especially children's books, because they were quick, they're easy, boom, boom, boom. And I remember in my grandma's house, every morning I'd wake up and she'd be chilling and having her morning coffee. And before I even left my bedroom, I would go to the bookshelf, I would grab like 5, and I would just go sit next to her. I would crawl up and I just put the books on her lap and look up, and she would read to me in the morning when I'm still like half awake and I don't really want to talk to the world. She would read me my favorite stories, and then she'd make me scrambled eggs, bacon, and we'd have a Capri Sun, and we'd have a wonderful breakfast and a great start to the day. If I could start my day that way every day, my grandma reading me kid books, I'd still do it, and I'm 24. I loved it. But yeah, I bet in this day and age, I bet you guys love like the Wonky Donkey. That one's funny. All the pigeon books. Jim saying the pigeon books, like if you gave a pigeon a hot dog or something. Kids books are the bomb, and you're so lucky because like before with mine, a lot of them had like a moral to the story and like there was a plot twist. It was like very in-depth. And now you guys have ones where they're literally just like arguing about a hot dog or something. Like they're so funny. But yeah. So that was a little blast from the past, little like flashback. But since it's the golden episode, try to see if you can make a cake or eat something dessert-wise and celebrate the birthday. I need to figure it out. I think all I have is sugar cookies. But they're like the Pillsbury ones where like if you cut them in half, there's this like little beautiful picture, and if you bake them, you can tell yourself like, oh, I made these, but in reality, everybody can identify a Pillsbury sugar cookie from a mile away. But those are good. Maybe I'll make that. Ooh, ideas. Well, today I found an interesting children's book that I forgot. This big blue book. I had a cover before. It was also given to me by one of my grandmas, and it's The World Treasury of Children's Literature. So inside they have all these kids books. Some of them are really recognizable, some of them are really not. But I thought, hey, like what else am I gonna do, right? They they have like Where the Wild Things Are, but they also have like classics from around the world too. So I just kind of like played book roulette and like flipped through, and I ended on Mr. Grumpy's Motor Car. And I'm not gonna lie, the name just pulled me in, but I thoroughly do not remember what happens in this story. So I have a really good feeling this is gonna be great. But also understand that this is my first time reading it, maybe. So, oh my goodness. I misspelled. Or I misspoke. It's not Mr. Grumpy, it's Mr. Gumpy. Like gum and then P. Gumpy. But honestly, I think Gumpy's better than Grumpy. So we're still gonna commit and do it. Yes, I will show you pictures. Let us begin. Mr. Gumpy's Motor Car. Mr. Gumpy was going for a ride in his car. He drove out of the gate and down the lane. May we come too? Said the children. May we? Asked the rabbit, the cat, the dog, the pig, the sheep, the chickens, the calf, and the goat. All right, said Mr. Gumpy, but it will be a squash. And they all piled in. It's a lovely day, said Mr. Gumpy. Let's take the old dirt road across the fields. For a while they drove along happily. The sun shone, the engine chugged, and everyone was enjoying the ride. This sounds like a nice day. There's Mr. Gumpy in his car, and everybody's hitching a ride. I don't like the look of those clouds. I think it's going to rain, said Mr. Gumpy. Very soon the dark clouds were right overhead. Mr. Gumpy stopped the car. He jumped out, put up the top, and down came the rain. The road grew muddier and muddier, and the wheels began to spin. Mr. Gumpy looked at the hill ahead. Some of you will have to get out and push, he said. Not me, said the goat. I'm too old. Not me, said the calf. I'm too young. Not us, said the chickens. We can't push. Not me, said the sheep. I might catch cold. Not me, said the dog. But I'll drive if you like. Not me, said the pig. I have a bone in my trotter. What does that have to do with pushing a car? Not me, said the cat. It will ruin my fur. It's a very cat thing to say. Not me, said the rabbit. I'm not very well. Not me, said the girl. He's stronger. Not me, said the boy. She's bigger. The wheel churned. The car sank deeper into the mud. Now we're really stuck. Ooh, I need my coffee. Now we're really stuck, said Mr. Gumpy. They all got out and pushed. Wait, so they were just complaining, and then when they finally got stuck, then now they're helping? What? You need to help your friends. Your car is stuck, and that's your transportation too. You need to help. They pushed and shoved and heaved and strained and gasped and split and slipped and slithered and squelched. Slowly the car began to move. Don't stop, cried Mr. Gumpy. Keep it up. We're nearly there. Everyone gave a mighty heave and the tires gripped. The car edged its way to the top hill, and they looked up and saw that the sun was shining again. It began to get hot. We'll drive home across the bridge, said Mr. Gumpy. Then you can go for a swim. And they did. After a while, it was time to go home. Goodbye, said Mr. Gumpy. Come for a drive another day. That's it? That's the story? That's the end. Look, they're starting a new one. That's a children's book? What? I feel like they didn't finish. What? I'm gonna go over the synopsis. Old man gets in car. Old man takes kids and various farm animals in the car. Rain. It looks muddy. Everyone makes excuses. Car gets stuck. They push the car out. They go swimming. That's a plot? I feel like this is chapter 1 in like 40 chapters. There's not enough character development. I feel unsatisfied. This, anger and frustration. Now here's the problem. Here's what I'm running into with myself. I like to have genuine reactions when I read a book. So you know what? I will take the blame. I should have pre-read this. But it is the world treasury of children's literature. You think they would only include the good ones? If I was a kid and my mama was reading me a bedtime story and she picked that one, I would not be sleeping at night. I'd be laying in bed listing all the wrongs that have been done to me from this story. That is not a story. Anger and frustration. That was horrible. That was really bad. Maybe it is a chapter. I don't know. But here's my thing. Like, because look, I know Mr. Popper's Penguins is like many chapters. But is it a children's book too? Maybe it's a chapter. Maybe it's a chapter. All I gotta say is, if it's not a chapter, how in the world did he get in the world treasure? Let's see, because they like give you synopsis of like, oh well, this is what will happen when you do this, and this is what the author was thinking when he wrote it. I think that's the book. I did not like that. That is. Ooh, that made me bummed out. So, here's another challenge for you. Eat your cake, and then write yourself a children's story that's better than that guy, Mr. Gumpy. You can do it. I'm so sorry. I thought it would be good. His name's Gumpy. You thought it would be, like, anyone would think that it's gonna be good, right? Hey, I like a twist ending. The twist ending is the book's not good. Oy vey. Since I have killed the Colton episode, I think I'm gonna try something new today. I found tennis rackets, so I'm gonna see if I can play tennis. Cause I feel like it's a very like laid back recreational sport, but I also know my hand-eye coordination isn't great. But the one thing that gives me like some comfort is like the balls are literally like soft, you know, like the tennis balls, like if it gets pelted at me, it can't hurt that bad, right? Right? So I might attempt that for my PE for today. But I already can tell you right now that my tennis experience will probably be better than that children's book. I will read them before from now on. I thought it was just... Let's wrap this up. If you can't eat some cake or write a better children's book than that, and I'll read it. Ooh, that's a fun idea, yeah. If you write me a children's book, I'll read it for one of my episodes. So yeah, just it needs to be better than Mr. Gumpy. If you can make it better than Mr. Gumpy, I'm down to read it. It can be about corgis. I know that's a thing. It can be about pineapple. It can be about guinea pigs. It could be about McDonald's. It can be about anything. Just make sure the plot thickens and there's an actual storyline, because that was very disappointing. But hey, that distracted us for a couple minutes, right? I'm trying to find the positive in this. I'm so sorry. Okay. I hope you have a wonderful day. Please know that I miss you. I love you. I care about you. I'm proud of you. I'm praying for you. I miss you so, 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 so much. And I cannot wait to see your beautiful faces again. Have a wonderful day and do something that will erase the memory of that very disappointing children's book. See ya.